What's up? I saw your message on Slack, and I was like, can't leave your boys hanging.
I appreciate that, sir. I was just going live, and you hopped in right at the last second.
There you go. What's up? Good morning,
you, man.
Happy Tuesday.
Yes, feels like a Monday. It is not.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna say synthetic Monday.
Can it be Friday? Can it be Friday?
Oh, I wish.
I don't know. It felt like a very long weekend to me, didn't it?
I wonder why, Spencer. I wonder why it felt
no,
like
no,
a long
no.
weekend.
I'm not just saying that. I mean, it really did feel like a very long weekend. I mean, the 3 days kind of dragged on.
Oh man, I was out camping, so like I'm like, yeah. I had 25,000 steps in one of those days, and I was like, my feet need to rest. So today we're just moving around the house with my chair. No feet.
No feet. No feet.
Yeah.
No feet. All right, everyone. Welcome to Live Trading. Spencer Israel, Lord Ryan Faloona, and Zunaid Suleman with you here today. We're going to bring up our charts. We're going to walk through what we're watching, stocks on our watch list, and thoughts on the day. And you know the drill by now. So smash that like button. Here we go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher. Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
All right. How is everyone doing this morning? Good?
Good, man. Good.
Yes.
Cannot complain.
Markets okay, right? I mean, we're red. We were up in everything, and now we're not. I probably want to start by bringing up a chart of Bitcoin here. We used to like monitor this as like a trend a few years ago, but we stopped. Where like Bitcoin heading into a long weekend, it was like almost always a good time to buy. If there's a 3-day weekend or whatever, it was almost always because for whatever reason, maybe it's because the market's closed or an extra day, but Bitcoin would like always go up on a 3-day weekend, and then it stopped doing that. So it kind of stopped paying attention to it. But now, if I pull up a chart of Bitcoin here in Benzinga Pro, look at the morning that Bitcoin has had. It's on a 9-week losing streak.
Wow.
But it's having a great day here so far. Yesterday is what I'm talking about, and today, I mean it's flat, but look at yesterday, up 10%. So good day for Bitcoin. Good start to the week.
Yeah, it looks like it broke through that resistance.
Yeah, no kidding. Bitcoin above 31,000 now. So you like to see that. Those of us who own Bitcoin, which
both of you are in crypto, but just holding on, right?
Yeah. I've never sold a cryptocurrency before. I've only ever bought. So,
yep, same. I've never sold. I've only bought and mined.
Yep. So that was cool to see. I'll bring up the movers tool in Benzinga Pro, but what are you guys watching here this morning?
Ryan, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So we'll start here. Let me go ahead and there we go. We'll start here. I do the same thing I'm doing every day as I'm obviously starting with the movers tool. We're going to take a look and see what gapped and see if there's anything that we can discern from that. Any other types of pockets of trades or whatever is going to be moving around here. I did notice that HUSA is up today. I see that the oil futures are also up. So this might be a day for energy. We'll see. Now, HUSA, one of the reasons that I'm on this one is because we've actually traded before. The initial run, I believe, to the 4 level was something that we traded here. So I'm basically just marking off some of these different points on the intraday chart here. We'll take another look to the left here. Yeah, see, so some of these pops is when we were trading HUSA before. So it looks like we're popping back up into that area. We'll see if we end up taking this out. As always, with a lot of these trades, these are short-term trades, certainly not going to hold this overnight. Just going to try to get in and get out, and make a quick buck here and there. So who said this one's definitely going to be on? This may lead to some other energy plays as well. One thing I wanted to cover here real quick, TXMD. This is actually one I believe that we've traded along with some of the other biotech names. They were bought out today, right? So EW Healthcare Partners to commence a tender offer to acquire all outstanding shares of Therapeutics MD common stock for $10 a share in an all-cash transaction. So this, I don't necessarily think that there's a trade here anymore. It's just worth noting because this is one of the stocks that we've actually looked at before. And it'd be pretty cool to have one of your stocks close at $2 on Friday, and then on Tuesday open up at 10. That's always sweet. So if you're in this, congratulations. Good stuff, but we're going to look for some other trades here. So let me take a look, just kind of going through movers here. I noticed that Mullen was up again today. Interestingly enough about Mullen is that these levels were from the last time that we charted this, when this thing popped and moved in the pre-market. We popped actually right through those levels, went as high as 124 here this morning. Looks like we're trying to find some type of support in here. So anywhere between 115 and 125 looks to be where we're going to open here on Mullen. I'm not a believer of this company. I know there are some in the chat here that really like this long term. I'm not a believer in this, but this might be one of those tickers that gives us an opportunity to trade here today. So we're going to be watching Mullen at the open as well. MARPS, this is another one that we've traded. This one, frankly, is going to need to get more volume for us to be able to reliably and consistently trade this here today. We'll see if that happens when the market opens. This also in the energy sector, marine petroleum. ENSV, we've traded this one here before. This kind of light volume here on ENSV this morning, but that can easily pick up as soon as the market opens. So we're going to watch this one as well. In fact, I want to take a look to the left here and see when we traded this before. It looks like it wasn't that long ago. I'm just going to go ahead and mark a couple of more spots here just in case this thing gets wild. There we go. And let's see, I think there was Indo, right? So this is also with our energy theme. This stock is wild. This thing likes to swing around quite a bit here. This would definitely be one I'd reduce your size on, but we will absolutely watch Indo today as well, along with the rest of the energy names. So far, that's all I got. Obviously, we're going to be watching the scanner as soon as the market opens, but looking around here, it looks to be energy as the basket of stocks that are moving around.
I want to address this comment or question from Shuni. Do you think the CCI coming out at 10 a.m. today will have a big impact? CCI is Consumer Confidence Index. No, I don't. There are literally dozens. No, there is hundreds of different economic indicators out there, and we get a dozen of them every single day. Very, very few of them actually rise up above the noise to matter. They all matter to economists, but very few of them actually rise up and actually determine sentiment in the stock market. Consumer confidence is not one of those indicators that has that kind of power. So if you're an economist and you're into the economic data, then yes, it matters to you. But for the stock market, no, consumer confidence does not matter. It's just not one of the market moving indicators that are out there for whatever reason. So no, I don't think it makes a difference. And you can generally tell which indicators matter and which ones don't by the time of day they're released. If an indicator is out during the market session, it means that it's just not market moving. Because if it is market moving, they would put it pre-market as to avoid maximum volatility, like they do with the jobs number, like they do with CPI. So not a market moving indicator, frankly. All right, cool. Zunaid, how's your AMC calls doing?
My AMC calls. I didn't have AMC calls.
Oh, I just assumed you did.
Oh no, but I do have Urban One calls. So you'll have to go ahead and take a look at U1E. I'll go ahead and add that to the stream there. It looks like it bounced off of 10 a few times. Let's go to the daily. And it looks like it has gone ahead and almost met my first level, which is right over here at 1220. Now, my calls that I do have, I am red on them, unfortunately. My average fill on the $15 calls expiring June 17th is $1.80. Currently, looks like at the end of Friday, The bid was at 160. So we'll see how this goes. But again, this was a Juneteenth play for me. You can see how it's behaved in the past. Don't know if it'll get all the way to 24, but I do believe we'll try to hit 15 before the end of the expiration. But this is one that I'll kind of keep an eye on. Mullen, have it on my watch. Haven't taken a position on this one. Let's go to the 10-minute here. If it gets maybe near VWAP or something like that, I'd be interested. Maybe $1 for sure. You can see a couple of support levels here, 1, 2, and then 3, and then a pop above. And then when it comes to Apple, though, that's the one that I'm kind of paying attention to. I'd love to get some at 148 for a bounce if I can. You can see that it's bounced a couple of times right about here. And then, of course, the biggest level of them all is the 150 level. So I might try to grow a pair and try to play some puts as soon as it hits 150 to see if it can just reject for about 30 to 40 cents. Or I might just go short itself via equity. But regardless, if it breaks 150 and then comes back to test it, I would be interested in Apple calls. If it breaks 160, comes back to test it, would be interested to make a trip to 151 or 152. We'll see how things play out on that one. Let's go ahead and talk about AMC.
Oh, man. Did anyone here, put a 1 in the chat, anyone here go to the movies this weekend to see Top Gun or anything else for that matter?
Did you?
I was going to. I thought I was going to on Friday. I ended up not going. But I did watch the original Top Gun last night before it left Netflix. So now my memory is fresh. Now I can go see the sequel. But I have not. I will go. I do want to go see it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
It looks like Tiny Pie needs you to donate some money.
Yeah, I would be glad to do one last stupid YOLO for but it depends what it is, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, I have an open mind. I have basically no short-term or intermediate-term positions on it right now because I sold out everything. I have like the long-term stuff and I got nothing. So I'm open. I'm amenable.
I am interested. I'm interested to see what you'll end up playing. You have to slack me if it's off stream or something.
It could be something on stream. I just have to be talked into.
Well, you do live trading, and I know AB does some random stuff, and he might convince you otherwise.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, you do Benzinga live, so
yeah.
I don't know. He might convince you into some Baba calls. Please don't.
Anyway, Zunaid, the AMC here.
Well, this is SoFi. I was gonna say don't YOLO into this because it hasn't worked for you. But,
no, well, that was never a YOLO.
I know.
Everything is YOLO in some respect, but no, it was never.
You're still holding on to that, right?
Yeah. Still, it's the biggest bag by a mile. It's not good.
Taking a look at AMC, don't really have a level besides the 1464 that I drew here maybe months ago. And you can see a little bit of support there off the 1464 on the dot. But regardless, gonna check out AMC, see what's going on, but don't really have a good read on it. Nor do I on GME. Not gonna lie. You can see a couple of wicks there. Obviously, the 150. You can see the reject. It didn't quite tick it, but it rejected it by $1.50 before it got there. Now let's see what our darling AMD is doing.
AMD?
Yeah. Yeah, AMD, as soon as it went ahead and finally broke, you can see it had a tough time trying to break 100, but as soon as it did, it went ahead and give you 3 points on that. Yeah, don't really have a read on this one either. Just going to kind of see it. Now, obviously, if it gets to $100, I'm buying. I mean, no question about it. I got a chance to play this a bunch of times. As you can see on Friday, it had tested 100 a bunch of times, gave you quick scalps for about 30 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents, and it finally gave you some points. But if it gets to 100, absolutely will be interested in it. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert right about there in case it wants to come back down and check it out.
One more really quick, Spence.
Up?
One more that I wanted to mention. Jan, I noticed someone in the chat had taken a look at this or said that they got entry based off something that we had posted. Awesome job. Congratulations. Good stuff. Good work. This one definitely, Marshall, shout out to Benzinga Pro for a great entry on Jan. Awesome. Love to see you using Benzinga Pro to put yourself in good position. This is obviously having a great morning here. JanOne, I'm actually not familiar with what this is. Focuses on reducing opioid addiction by finding treatments for conditions accompanied by pain and bringing to market drugs and therapies with non-addictive pain relieving properties. So definitely a good theme here. We'll see what else this leads to, but this is obviously having a great morning here. This definitely could be on deck as well for today. So, and speaking of Top Gun, really quick, this has been a long time since I've come across a movie where it seems universally everyone seems to have liked it. Just looking at the chat here, everyone seems to have a good time. RB says it looks like the same movie. That's hardly a knock at it. So yeah, so it seems that way. I haven't seen it yet. I'd love to. I love the original Top Gun.
Yep.
But I do we really think that's going to move AMC? I don't know.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because the tea leaves were definitely pointing to a strong weekend on Friday. People, the movie had buzz around it, and you could see the stock kind of run into it as well. How much of this is because it was a great weekend for the box office? How much of this is because it's AMC? Impossible to say, obviously, right? I'm going to go ahead and just say that I'm going to assign the majority of this move to the fact that AMC is AMC, the stock, and this is not because of Top Gun. Because if it was because of Top Gun, then you would see Paramount up more than it is, or maybe you would see IMAX trading up more, or Dolby trading higher, but they're not really. Or Cinemark, CNK, another movie theater company, right? I know it's up this morning, but it's barely up. Not up what AMC is up. So most of this is probably just because it's AMC with people using Top Gun as an excuse. I do have a quick Top Gun story, and it's very short though. When I was in elementary school, we have like a career day, right, or career week or whatever, when all the kids' parents come in and talk about their jobs. And my one friend Andy, his dad was in the Air Force. And his dad landed a helicopter on like our lawn, like of the school, and it made the local paper. It was like a whole thing. And he took some questions from the kids, and I raised my hand. This is like I think I was like a third grade or whatever, and I asked if he went to Top Gun, not knowing the difference between the Navy and the Air Force or whatever, because I was a kid. And without missing a beat, he goes, "Top Gun isn't real." And then I gotta be honest, I'm still confused about whether it is real or not, because he said it wasn't to me as like a kid. It kind of got ingrained in my head. So I don't know if he was just messing with me or what. But
so do you know if Top Gun is real or not?
No, I still don't know.
You are.
Is it real? Is it a real thing?
I haven't seen the movie.
United States Navy Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor Program, more popularly known as Top Gun.
Okay. See,
he was lying to you.
Maybe he was lying to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he was just like, offended. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he was offended. Maybe because I don't know, because he was in the Air Force.
You got Jeff saying Top Gun isn't real, but the base is real.
All right. Okay. Then I guess he wasn't lying to me.
Is anything real?
Nothing is real anymore.
In 1996, the school was merged into the Naval Strike and Air Warfare Center at Naval Station Faloona in Fallon, Nevada.
There we go. Okay, on the topic of a YOLO trade, somebody mentioned Arcimoto. I want to bring up FUV for a second here. This is actually setting up not bad on the long side here. Here's the thing, though. I wouldn't buy this until we got above like $43.40. I'm sorry, $4.40. Right? That's like, because you have like a whole bunch of highs in the $4.30 area, like $4.34, $4.26,
right?
$4.17. There's $4.34 again. What's Friday? $4.24. Call me when we get above $4.30, and then I'm interested. But until then, no.
Echo check 1 2. All right, cool. There's no echo. Yeah, no, I agree. That's like 435. You see, try to break it a couple of times here. I've got it up here. Trying to see where my stop loss would be. I guess below 4 if it got there. This is the daily, obviously. Yeah, below 4. But the reason I brought up AMC earlier is because this block here, I could be wrong. But if my peanut brain remembers correctly, this little move was because of Spider-Man's release, not because of the fundamentals. No one's saying that. But I believe that might have been the Spider-Man hype. Does anyone in the chat, or do you guys know when Spider-Man's latest release was?
Can you? Well, what date was that on the
chart? It looks like that is March 22nd through March 28th. So that week, that 7 day.
No.
Oh no, I was wrong.
Spider-Man. Oh wait, I think you actually might be right. It was. That was it. Very good. Very good.
There you go. Yeah, because I remember the same conversation was had.
No. I'm wrong. It was December.
Oh, well, I hate you too.
It was
But I do remember
I was right the first time.
being a release of something. What I don't know why I got a couple. Oh, I know I got those. But I remember there were some releases where you got a hype and then it just kind of came right back down. Obviously, so it's not like a fundamental thing, but it gives you. I'll put it this way: it gives you a reason to believe that this is a good one. It's gonna go like that self-fulfilling prophecy, as you mentioned. But anyway, we'll see. We got 5 minutes before the bell. Maybe it was Batman. I don't know. Okay, all right, Spencer, check Batman before we move on. When was Batman released? Speaking of Top Gun, I've got a couple of.
It was March.
Planes above my.
It was the weekend of like March, first weekend of March. So
first week,
like March 5th.
Yeah. All right, never mind.
No,
theory doesn't work out. That's okay.
All right.
But yeah, biggest one for me that it's on watch is going to be Apple. I'm going to keep watching this like a hawk on the 1 minute, possibly the 5 minute, just to see how it behaves. I'll go to 5, just to see how it behaves around 150. If it does try to tap it, that would be lovely. And if it comes back to 148s, I would be interested in that one. How long is Mitch gone?
He'll be back tomorrow, but he on Friday he packed up and he drove across country.
Oh, that's right. He's moved.
He's moving from Colorado to North Carolina.
Here's what we need on Thursday.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
We need because your last day is when?
This Friday.
Perfect. So on Thursday,
we
need me, you, Ryan, Mitch, and AB on Thursday's live trading.
We could arrange that.
Or Friday if we're doing one on Friday. I don't know if we're doing it on Friday, but
no, we're not doing one on Friday.
Okay. So then on Thursday.
Okay.
That's what we need.
We can
send them the invite.
Put it on the calendar.
Put it on the calendar so it's official.
You got to make sure that AB will actually be here.
Because he might be sleeping.
Might be sleeping.
Yeah.
Who's sleeping?
I told Spencer that on Thursday we need me, you, Spencer, Mitch, and AB on live trading. And it'll be chaotic, but that's okay.
Wait, I want to address this question from the chat and just keep an eye on the clock too, because we got 2 minutes till the open. This is from Bick S. Do you recommend going long today or waiting? Bick, this is such a vague question that I don't even know where to begin. What? Going long on what? Going long for a trade? Going long for an investment? What? We're talking about stocks? We're talking about crypto? What are we talking about here? You got to be more specific than that, man. We would love to help you, but that's such a vague question. Give us a little bit more detail, and then we can talk about it. Going long for an investment, my take is always the best time to buy for an investment was usually yesterday. For a trade, I don't know. Jury's out there.
Do you still do pre-market prep, or is it Mitch who does it?
No, I'm there, man.
So who's doing it now?
That's my baby. Well, Joel and Dennis, it's not like Joel and Dennis are going to be gone, and like they're the heart of the show. I'm just kind of I'm the third wheel, and they. So
who's the third wheel? Is it going to be?
They were doing that show before I got here, man. They've been doing the show for like 10 years, and I've only been there for 7 of those years. So the show was around before me, and keep going after me. Mitch will be involved. I have some other ideas, but Mitch will be there, and so the show must go on.
Yeah. So, what's going on, Spence?
What's going on?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
You have any news you want to break for us that you haven't broken already?
He already did. I asked his permission.
Yeah. No. I broke the news on Friday. I
asked for permission.
My last day will be this Friday. And I am sad. I am sad to leave you guys, but Aaron Bryan made a comment in the chat earlier that me leaving shows that Benzinga gives financial freedom, which I thought was a very nice take. But that's basically what's happening here. It's not as if I have a job lined up. I really don't. I'm joining the Great Resignation, me with millions of other people, and I'm jumping off into the abyss and
I like that.
Seeing what comes next when I move. I'm moving back close to be with family. In New Jersey, and then we'll see what happens from there. But we are open. There's our opening bell. Let's have some fun. This is the part where I bring up my scanner tool in Benzinga Pro.
Likewise.
And we keep an eye on that. We keep an eye on the signals. And here we go.
I do have to compliment you. I tweeted that I would miss you on Twitter, and you said, "Who is this?" And the
Damn.
best part about that is that was
Real quick.
as soon as I read it, I heard the Seinfeld reference that I think you were going for. I heard Jerry going, "Who is this?"
That was not my intent, but after you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that is a Seinfeld reference. But that wasn't my original intent, but it makes sense that way.
It worked out.
It worked out. All right, what do we got here? Moving on, I'm seeing a lot of green off the open. A lot of green, a lot of spikes higher off the open here.
Yeah, you've got Apple above 150. Got a chance to short it and play with it, but it was, I mean, I didn't get as much as I would have liked, but Apple is above 150. Now we'll wait to see if it can hold it. If it can't, what it does, I have no idea, but I'll be a little patient with that one.
You always want to watch, I always at least want to watch the biggest movers from the pre-market just to see how they behave after the opening bell. So like in today's case, that's AMC, which is the big one. Oh man, Redbox is up again. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this stock. I literally cannot believe this stock, this Redbox stock.
By the way, I'm actually trying Mullen here against my better judgment. I'm long Mullen 128, hoping for a pop above here. Going to be very tight with the stop. I probably chased it. We got all this talk. You had all this talk about Spencer taking YOLOs on his last week, and so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something out of the gate here. I'm going to take one. This is a stock I don't normally trade. I certainly don't believe in it, so we shall see.
How are you recovering?
128. If we don't,
you don't have to believe in it if it's just a trade.
Say again.
You don't have to believe in it if it's a day trade.
Yeah, no, I mean, I want to get the juices flowing here. So we'll see. Mullen off the open, strong. We'll see if it pops above 120.
All right. You know what? Every single Chinese stock is popping too. These were all up pre-market, but I'm looking at like Neo and Lee just popping here as well. Oh yeah, there's that IMAX pop, Zen. I was wondering about this. It was relatively quiet pre-market, but I would have assumed if the Top Gun hype is to be believed, that IMAX would go a little bit on this. And it like sort of did, but like sort of didn't.
Stopped out of Mullen.
Wow, it's quick.
I mean,
damn,
we
Spencer.
tried to prepare you. We tried to tell you that Mullen didn't really look all that great, but I tried. At least you tried.
Ruthless his last week. All right, let's see what the SPY is doing. SPY hanging out around 412 pre-market lows. Let me see if I can try to play a quick bounce on SPY. Let me see if I can get it quick enough.
Here comes Buddy. Buddy, what are you doing?
I broke below. That's already good. I'll be patient. If SPY can get to 410, I'll be a buyer. Maybe 410.50. Oh, that's a weird level too. It's the 24th lows. It's the war lows.
Keeping an eye on FUV out of curiosity, but it's not really doing anything. Yeah, you had a nice spike there and a lot of like really beaten down names like Nikola, Upstart, right off the open. Should watch the mega caps though. Amazon green,
GOVX popping.
Oh, look at Netflix up to 197 there for a hot second.
I feel like one of these days I just need to watch a bunch of movies type of day, you know?
I kind of had that. I watched a lot of stuff this weekend. I kind of caught up on
what
stuff. Yeah. Did anyone watch the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series?
No.
Just me. Okay.
Jan looking like this is trying to curl back towards the 5 level.
Look at the rejection, Jan. I'll pull that up here on a double box.
Okay. And then David, I do want to answer your question. But after
look at the way Apple went ahead and rejected 150. Obviously, it wasn't crispy right off the 50, but it did go up 26 cents above. But right as soon as that rejection happened, I mean, look at that. You got yourself a 1.5. Now, I unfortunately scalped this for 30 cents and didn't get the whole move down because I expected it to bounce off of 149.50. I was wrong. But now, again, we'll test it. If it comes to 148, I will be a buyer. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put up my limit order here. 148.15, and then at 148.05, I am going to look to buy. Now, unless this bounce gets us to 149-ish, then it's like, all right, cool, that bounce happened a few cents earlier than I expected, then it got ruined. But you've got Jan here bouncing off of VWAP, which was around 440. What were you going to answer, Spencer?
I was going to answer a question, but I got distracted. Because somebody asked what's killing the Qs. I mean, frankly, Microsoft is red, Apple is red, Facebook is red, Meta, whatever is red. So,
Costco's red.
Yeah.
I know that's not tech, but
oh yeah. So, I mean, with the exception of Google and Amazon here, it seems like most things are red. I mean, every single sector in the stock market is down so far today, with the exception of energy. There's a very good reason why that's the case. Oil is actually ripping here. If I pull up the XLE, you can see that. There's another oil embargo in Europe over Russian oil that was announced over the weekend here. So oil is continuing to be the place to hide in the stock market. This is the best performing sector of the year by a country mile. It's not even close. You can see the XLE gapping up again today, up to $90. And the question that everyone is asking, if you don't already own this stuff, is it still a good time to buy? And of course, no one has the answer. But we're talking about a sector that underperformed the overall market for what, a decade more. If we just pull up a long-term chart of the XLE and compare it to the overall stock market, the S&P 500, and you just see just massive underperformance. And of course, that's changed now in the last 6 months. So if we just zoom in and look at the last few months here, you can just see, not a good way to show that. There it is. So yeah, oil continuing to rip here. That's your outperformance right now. That's your strength. Everything else is down.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
what's wrong, Zunaid?
Well, I'm taking a look at Apple, and I was trying to get some buys on Apple. I want to see, according to E-Trade, I barely missed a tick. So I told you guys I'm trying to buy, what are these?
Hate that.
So at the 15, and then I'm trying to buy some at 5. So 15 is my lowest order, and the tick went to 148.19. Missed it by 3 cents. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever.
USA pushed above 5, by the way.
Ooh, above 5.
Shelly pointing out that
And down.
Europe is,
And up.
yeah, things don't look great in Europe right now. Inflation is worse than it is here. Their version of the federal funds rate, their interest rates are still near zero, which is not going to help inflation, that being near zero. They are more reliant on Russian energy than we are here, so things don't look great over there. That's certainly for sure. Thank you so much for the $10, Andy Lee. And Andy Lee, the premise of your question, you're implying that there's no such thing as Central Jersey, which I take great offense to. As somebody who is from Central Jersey. But to answer your question, I will be in the northern half of the state, not the southern half. The southern half is for weirdos. And
Jan looks like it's trying to take out 480 here.
I went ahead and got filled on my Apple. I'm going to set a stop loss of 147.76.
I'm trying Jan for a pop above 480.
I'll pull it up here for you.
There goes 480. Let's see if we can go higher now. Ooh, they yanked it. So careful. This is moving back and forth quite a bit. It really needs to clear out this 490 area, 480 to 490. There was a big offer on 480 that they took, but really this is going to need to push up to 490 to get going here.
To finish addressing Andy's question, he asked about Adobe and WWE. WWE, not a stock that we look at very often on this channel because it's not a very widely traded stock. In fact, one time we brought a WWE analyst on pre-market prep, and the chat like revolted. They were like, "Why is this guy on here? Get him off. Why do we care about this stock?" Anyway,
Yikes.
WWE. This is I lose sight of this stock because I don't look at it, but this is a very interesting run here. You've now gone from what's that low? $55 up to as high as $66 within what 3 weeks there. So let's use that high of that move as a bogey to see whether or not we're going to resume the uptrend, right? So what's that high? 67. We'll just call it 67.50. So above that, the trend is your friend. And if you want to buy it now, I'm assuming we're talking about a short-term trade, not anything long-term. Buying stocks in uptrends on down days is that can work for you. So today we have a slight down day on a stock that's been up how many days in a row? Has the stock closed green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row. Wow. Epic winning streak here. So if you want to buy it today, I would throw a stop out there at, I don't know. What's that low? 60 close there. I don't know. I would maybe throw a stop out at what's Friday's close? 67? No. What's Friday's close? Oh, we're already below that. Okay. So what's that low? 65? What's that high? 66? Maybe give yourself some more room. You want to go long here and throw a stop out there if you like hard stops, or just do a mental stop at like this low from Thursday, $64 even, $2.50 of risk. And then Adobe, this is probably one that I bet you if you wait, you can get this at a cheaper price. I don't know that, of course, and I'm sort of just guessing here, but I'm just looking at the history, right? I'm looking at the trend. Adobe is a tech stock, and it's a software, and software has been out of favor now for 6 months. So I probably wouldn't buy Adobe after it's already had this run. Right.
So do we think that the down movement is over, or do we think there's more to go? Like, is it safe to buy tech stocks? Because that's kind of what I personally don't think that this is completely over.
I mean, I kind of am going to what Dennis said this morning. There's no reason to think that it's over unless we get anything new on the macro picture, and we haven't had anything new. We had we kind of had a new thing on Friday. There was that the PCE, that number that came out, one of the Fed's favorite inflation gauges that came in below expectations. But like, until something
out, by the way, on Jan,
something changes,
taking an L right out of the gate there.
Until something changes on the macro front in terms of inflation or the war or the Fed signals, okay, we think we're going to take our foot off the gas here, then I see no reason why tech should have to go higher, frankly. So on Adobe or really any tech stock, I think if you're going to buy it, if you want to buy it for a long-term thing, then fine. But if you want to buy it for like a short-term thing, I'd rather wait, frankly. That's just me.
On the Apple
HUSA getting squawked by Charlie, popping to the highs here, by the way. 543 is the pre-market high. We'll see if we can end up taking that out. I'm not in it. W is asking Indo thoughts, Ryan. I think Indo is one of those junk oils, but it likes to move around when we have a day like this. So might be a possible trade opportunity there. I'm not in it though. Jason says, Ryan, we appreciate you trying. No problem, man. I'm always going to try. And I did have a great vacation. Came back and got COVID, but that's okay. That was kind of a joke.
Sort of puts a damper on the whole thing. Wait, David Boudreau asked an interesting question. How much money should you use to open a brokerage account with a bank or a brokerage law firm? I don't know what a brokerage law firm is. Maybe that's the thing in a different country. But my general answer to this question is, assuming you have already maxed out whatever retirement accounts you have available to you, be them Roth IRA, 401k, whatever. If you're not in the U.S., there's equivalents in different countries. Assuming you've already maxed that out, you want to go one level deeper and open up a brokerage account. I would start with like the same dollar amount and just add it every single month from your paycheck, right? Assuming, again, all your bills are paid and you're saving money, yada, yada, yada. And I would just start and pick a number that you can stomach to come out of your brokerage account every single month, whether it's, $100 or 50 or 500, whatever, and just add that amount every single month is what I would do. So I would maybe start with like a lump sum of, if it were me, I opened my Webull account with $500, right? And I've added more to it over the years, but that's what I started with, $500. And to me, that was like a nice round number. And then you kind of go from there. But there's no right answer. It's whatever it's whatever you're feeling.
You've got HUSA, by the way, trying to break this pre-market highs of about 543.
Yeah, I've got 543 as the pre-market high.
There you go. And Tesla trying to go from red to green.
Here's your pull here on HUSA, by the way.
What was another stock I was talking about? Amazon. Yep, Amazon did a break though. It sure did break 2,300 right out the gate.
Did.
Let's see, Amazon on the daily. What's that looking like? Oh, a little double bottom action perhaps on Amazon. Right there. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, nice move on Amazon. Missed it. I missed it. It's going into the stock split as well. Makes sense. I missed that one. Let's go here.
What?
Husa hasn't quite broken it yet. Tesla. That's not Tesla. That is Tesla. There it is. Tesla again, trying to go from red to green. You've got VWAP and the level and the previous close right there. So it's going to be a little tough for Tesla to get over it. But if it does, it can try to test the highs. HUSA pulling back.
I just got a PR email, and I want to read this to you guys. This is the subject. Forget stocks and NFTs. These sneakers have over 2,000% ROI.
Wow.
Okay.
What are you signed up? Where are you signed up for this amazing opportunity, Spencer?
Actually, I'm leaving Benzinga because I made bank selling sneakers. I never told you guys this.
Can you imagine?
That's my entire portfolio's.
We are out here like idiots trading
3/4 sneakers right now.
How many sneakers do you own?
Me, like 2.
Two?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Ryan, what about you?
I own a pair of walking shoes and a pair of regular shoes and some Hey Dudes.
So none of us are sneakerheads.
No.
Definitely
I'm
not. I'm definitely not. Yeah. I'm too broke to be a sneakerhead.
Yeah. Anyway. All right.
Mullen up to 130, by the way. There's a big seller there. I look at the chat and they're like Mullen ripping, and I look at it and it's up 1 cent from where we were talking.
Come on, y'all.
Oh man.
It's ripping.
Ryan, these signals tool in Pro is like hypnotic. It's very hard to look away from.
Because it's just like,
do you have it? Yeah. Oh, that's because you have a whole bunch of different signals added to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and thank you. See, I didn't notice Pepsi until the signals tool brought it to my attention. Pepsi getting smacked around today, down over 3% this morning. Was there any headlines on Pepsi?
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Steve Y. Mitch will be back tomorrow. He's in transit. He's moving.
I don't see any news for Pepsi. It's just down. Mullen now through, so took an L a little too early on that, it sounds like.
I'm gonna go ahead and try HUSA here. Go and buy some. There's the buy. Oh, okay, all right. A little ugly fill. Got filled at 519, unfortunately. Stop loss is gonna be below 5. Let me go ahead and set that stop loss.
Oh man.
What?
I mean, Snapchat, which had like 3 days of a bounce after their disaster earnings report, is now giving back 1 day already in today's.
Well, yeah, that was just like a little bounce. So we talked about
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you bought the dip on Snapchat, you had a nice couple days there, but we just gave back one day in 20 minutes.
Damn.
So now we're back down. Now we're on to day 2. What is that? Wednesday, Thursday. We're back down. We're on to Thursday now. Let's see if we can hold Thursday in Snapchat.
If Snapchat wants to come back and test 1480s, I'd be interested in a short, and then a stop loss would be about 80 cents to 1512 for me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
By the way, HUSA, again, my average fill is $5.19. My first sell is at $5.39, I believe is what it is. I'm trading this on Thinkorswim. Let me scroll up. Yeah, 39 cents. That's what it is. So I'm going to put up HUSA here. Tesla trying to figure out what to do between the 744 and 760 area. Go HUSA. Go.
All right. What else am I watching here?
Watching watches. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of people trading watches the way they trade sneakers, and value's going up. And again, I don't have.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt it. The AMC thing, GameStop and AMC. GameStop is now down $10 here this morning. AMC also giving back a good chunk of his gains off the open.
You saw a little bit of bounce from the previous close.
Mullen, man, Mullen given a move here. Mullen up to almost 140, 139 on Mullen. Man, crazy.
All right, so we just had our first
crazy boy.
We just had our first up week for the stock market since the middle of March last week. But it looks like this week at least the downtrend is resuming. You've got very little. If I look at my top gainers today, it's all energy. Literally energy. Oh, and Las Vegas Sands, weirdly enough, LVS. That's weird. Even that
still has time to come in, though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's got time to come in. Amazon is putting in some work here. Amazon's going a long way in keeping the market where it is right now. But, gosh, there really is no...
HUSA trying to move higher here.
Yes, it is. I need you to hit 40, please, so my 39s can sell. Come on. 5%.
I took some right here at 535. I reduced my size though because I feel like this is extended. We'll see if we push above here. Need to break 539 for new highs.
So can you take my shares at 539, please?
No.
Damn. That was worth a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I give you props for the effort.
I swear to God, if I don't get, let me see how much, because I saw it hit close to it. What was it tick? The highest tick was 537, and I'm sitting at 539 is where I'm sitting. Come on, there you go. Take it. 2 more cents. Take it.
You know, if we do take out
Chat, take my shares. Yeah, go ahead.
It'll be interesting to see if we pop above that or if it just yanks.
So you've got the high pre-market 543.
Here we go. 539 out. There we go. Big pop here. Here we go. Nice job. I'll close the trade there.
Yep. I'm out 3/4 of my size at 539 from the average price of 519. And I'm not gonna lie, we're just gonna kind of you want to keep it going?
More on HUSA here.
So let's take a look at the daily here, because this is what I struggle with, chat. I struggle with where my target 2 and 3 should be. The first target's always easy for me. It's the rest of them that I find difficult. And if you have one level right here around the 579s, Ryan, do you see another target?
Say again. I missed what you were asking.
You're good, buddy. I'm saying I struggle with finding additional outs, right? So I'm already out majority of my shares here. But now I'm thinking my next target should be about 579. Am I wrong to think that? Or do you feel like
578? That is going to be the high of the candle put in on April 18th of this year.
That's what I'm looking at.
That's going to be your next resistance level. So remember, when it comes to those levels, Zunaid, though, so first of all, you absolutely could sell at resistance right there. But the chances are if it pops through that, that might also induce another move higher. right? That's that. So it depends how you actually want to play that. Do you want to take all of it off right at a resistance area, or do you want to take some off, see if it pops above? I was just waiting for a break here on this last move.
The reason it's up, and again, the reason it's up is because of oil or energy or what? Like,
yeah, the energy side.
I mean, all energy, everything
so
energy.
it's not specific to the company. It's
no,
specific to
no,
the
of course not.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take everything off here. 550 is my fill. I am out of everything on HUSA from 520s, and we are out for a nice 30-cent gain.
Jessica asked about BPT, which is not a ticker I'd ever looked up.
Yeah, me either. I actually pulled it up too here.
Right.
What
so,
is that?
So I just spent the last 2 minutes looking because I was confused. This is the same company as BP, but there's more. It looks like there's more than one share class. There's more than one ticker associated with that one company. So BPT and BP, I believe, are going to do the same. Are going to give you the same exposure, unless I'm just totally misinterpreting this, which is very well possible. In any case, BPT, it's energy, it's oil and gas, right? So everything we just said applies here, right? The trend is your friend. It is paid to buy dips in stocks like this. It's already up 4% today. I don't know what's the not a very widely traded stock or anything. Yeah, I mean, I would have no problem taking a swing along here with a stop out at the prior day's close or the prior day's high or whatever, right? So in this case, that's we'll just call it 1950. The close was 1947 on Friday, so we'll just call it 1950, round number. I got no problem doing that. I mean, the whole sector is strong today. I don't know what's so special about this one as opposed to any other oil and gas play, but that would be my take.
Yeah, so I mean, looking at the chart here, this is obviously a really great chart. The buying here really kind of started at the beginning of this year in January. We have elevated volume, and as a result, we have an elevated price. You know, if I'm backing out here, I'm looking to some of I'm looking back in time to where it was in this price range before. I got a spot here at 21.90. Looks like that's going to be the next target here. I would say between 21.90 and let's call it 22 and 24 looks to be a little bit of a resistance area there. But again, I have no edge on this. I don't necessarily know, what this is or what makes this stock special.
Right.
But definitely a great looking chart here.
Well, and here's why she brought up, because she said she did a 6 for the top best performing stocks the last 6 months, and that's one of the highest.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly fine exercise to take. But I would not use that to find ideas like looking at, what's the best stock of the last 6 months and buy that, or the best stock of the last year, or the best ETF too, because then you're always chasing past performance. Yeah. That is not a great way to find new opportunity, new things to buy, because then you're always buying somebody else's profits. You're always chasing yesterday's gains. So it's a fun exercise to do, and I do it sometimes too, but I definitely wouldn't use that to find ideas. But again, I don't know this company from a hole in the wall. So,
and I mean, if you look at some of the most recent moves up here, as it starts to push up, it'll retrace 30+%, right? So let me do this again, right? So on this push up, I'm measuring basically from the top to the bottom here, pulled back 46%. From 1561 pulled back to 841, and then it completely took that out and moved higher, and then pulled back again here about 35%. So understand that as the stock is pushing up towards the highs, like we've done right here, you might be setting yourself up for a pullback. Is your time horizon such that you can wait through that pullback? Is your finances such that you can not need to sell this and kind of wait this out? If so, then there you go. But it seems to me that when this makes a new high, it likes to come back in before taking the next leg higher here. Just make sure that you can stomach that, so you don't end up puking this out if you do chase it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did AMD come back and test? No, it didn't. Sorry, because I have an alert there. Sorry, I was talking about myself there. AMD currently trading at 101.45. I almost got upset because I thought I missed the long from 100, but I did not. it never quite went ahead and tested it.
You know what? Just I didn't lost track of today is the banks. So a lot of these. I mean, the sector is red, but a lot of these big banks are having good days. Citi is green. J.P. Morgan is green.
I think Goldman Sachs was ex-div today.
Yes, you're right about that. No, not ex-div. The dividend got paid today.
Dividend got paid today. Excuse me.
Yeah. So the adjusted price there is not because the price got fell by the dividend payment. So
someone wanted to ask, what happens to my options if what happens to my call options if there's a stock split?
The options.
I believe you just get a split on the options as well. That's all.
That's what happens.
So if it's a 10-to-1 split, you get a 10-to-1 split on the options as well.
That's it.
Easy peasy.
The Amazon split is coming up. Which
YMM right near the high here. So 679 was the high of the day here. Looks like it's trying to take this out. We'll see. To my eye, it looks like it needs some more volume.
All right, we got ourselves a little bit of a double bottom here in the S&P 500 futures at 4105, 4106. So on the SPY equivalent on the 15-minute chart here, it's a little bit harder to see on the SPY. But there we go. Let's do a 1-minute chart. Can't see that.
Yeah, it's not as clean as I would personally like.
It's not as clean as anyway. We're about to test that double bottom now. So.
Yeah, I wanted to play it off of the 410 level, but the lowest the SPY came down was 410.23, and it didn't quite go down low enough for me, so I did not get into those. But you got a nice 1.5, almost 2 points off of that bounce, but it just did not come down enough.
No. Shelly, in the futures at 4105, 4106, right there on the 15-minute candle. What else?
See what we've got going on here on.
I'm watching YMM here. If this can move back up and take out this high, we might have a trade here on YMM.
I'm looking to go short Tesla, but it just moved. Damn it. Nah, I don't want to risk a bad entry.
What happens if you have leaps and the company that you have leaps on gets bought out and the buyout price is lower than your strike? Well, that sucks.
Yeah, you're just gonna.
Well, that sucks.
That sucks. Frankly, you're gonna get that trade will get exercised for you at the takeout price whenever the deal actually closes. So,
in YMM here, higher risk of trying to front run this break of 679. My entry is 672, by the way.
Guys, let me step away. I'll be back in like 5 to 10 to 10.
No.
I have to check in on our 9:45, make sure somebody reads off our numbers. All good. So I'll be back in the Jiff.
See ya.
Jiff or Jiffy? I don't know.
Tell everyone we said hi.
Okay.
He's not going to do it, but that's okay.
I will.
Okay. All right. Both of us. On behalf of both of us. I don't know if he will. I don't think he
will. Yeah, Zunaid, I don't think I don't know what's going to happen with that little message that he's going to deliver, but so here we go. YMM pushing up.
I am curious. Oh, let me put you up. Oh, you already got you up. Never mind.
I'm going to keep kind of a tighter stop here. Let's call it 665. Let's see.
I'm going to be short Apple here. Got filled at $1.35 for the 145 puts. It's not the best risk reward, so I have very, very small size because I did not get it near VWAP. I missed my entry. AMC can never hold its gains. Well, yeah, not surprised at all. Let's be honest. And you've got AMD possibly coming to test 100. We're gonna put some limit orders out on AMD. Can we get some AMD love here? Let's go ahead and play it at 115 cents, and then 110 cents, and then 105 cents. All right, orders are out on AMD.
Ron asking to turn on the watermark. Ron, great call. I actually completely forgot about that. And this is because I set this up on the beta. That should be easier for you to see. Great call on that, Ron. Much appreciated. Sorry about that.
All right, Apple coming in a little bit. Those contracts are up a spectacular 5%.
A spectacular 5%.
Yeah, you know, I'm all out. I just retired. Now I'm waiting for it to get to possibly the 147 level. Maybe 147.20 is where I'll start scaling out a bit. My Urban One calls are down 12%. That's the first swing I've taken in like months, I think. Maybe this year? I don't remember. There you go, Apple. Come on down. Come on down. Puts trading at 144. There you go. Come on, give me like 20 more cents, Apple.
Here, you want me to let me put up your there's not much movement going on.
Here, I can put up a double box here. So let's actually put up a triple box. We'll go SPY, Apple, and what are you playing? Yum Yum?
YMM.
All right, so not Yum Yum. Got it.
That's Full Truck Alliance, by the way, not Yum Yum.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say Yum Yum. All right, Apple trying to get to the 10% mark. It's a couple of cents away. As you see, SPY trying to break low of day.
Oh man, stopped out of YMM. A rough day. Rough day.
Come on. Come on. All right, I'm going to take some out here at 149. 149 out, half my size at 149 on Apple. On those puts, as that's a nice little 10% gainer. In this market, I just want to try to take quick gains, especially because you can see SPY. So here's why I took gains on Apple. Not all of it, but majority of it. As you can see, SPY trying to test the lows, and I was afraid of it bouncing, so I wanted to lock in some gains, and sure enough, it bounces almost a point. Doesn't mean that it's not going to come back down, but I don't want to live through the volatility. I have anxiety issues. I don't want to deal with that. So I went ahead and locked some gains in, and then we'll see what happens on the rest of them. We shall see. We've got the whole day ahead of us. I mean, I don't know if it's really my first swing of the year or not, because obviously I'm such a liar. I have Urban One. Wait, that is what I was talking about. Sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend. Yeah, I typically don't swing just because this market's up and down like a seesaw, and I don't want to get caught in either direction. I am 63 years old. All I have is this money. I have been a jeweler, repairman. Did you lose money? If so, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry to hear that. Sure, that's Lord Ryan. There you go.
What's that?
I was going to say that's a Lord Ryan, something maybe he can help you with. You're reading the same thing.
What? No, I was reading Chermo's comment here about oh, okay. Yeah, dang. Issue with BZ charts. Not able to move them onto my monitor. They move out, but just spinning, not showing the chart. I close and reopen and still the same. Try logging out and logging back in. I don't think I know what you mean by they move out. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm using it. It's working fine for me. AMD, by the way, trying to come back in. I'll let you guys know if I get filled on my shares. Again, 115, 105, and 110 are my fills.
I can't pop out my chart if that's what you were talking about. Let me see if that's. Okay, so Chermo, if that's what you were mentioning, I can't pop them out either. I will go ahead and report that. Let me take a screenshot here real quick.
Thank you, Chermo, for letting us know.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know on that. I often don't pop them out, so that it's really good to get that feedback. All
right, got filled at 115 on AMD. Got filled at 110 on AMD. I'm going to look to sell some at 135 if I can. Come on, AMD.
Remove the cartridge and blow it at Nintendo. Oh, Hex Pony, that's funny. Yeah, so Chermo, I'll let you know if I get anything on that. You don't have to be sorry. I just reported that, so I'll see if there's any fix for that.
You ain't got to apologize for helping us.
Yeah, Ron saying the pop-out's not working for him as well, so obviously.
All right, out some here, AMD at 138. Come on. Looking to get out some more at about 143 if I can get it. Come on, at least go to 150. By the way, those Apple calls are now up about 18%. Market is a little weak. Oh, obviously it's a little weak, but it's weaker than I would have liked on this AMD bounce. But we're short Apple and we're long AMD for a scalp. So far, it's working out perfectly. But AMD could crack 100 and wipe the gains I just have. I'm going to take some more here at 126 on AMD just to get rid of some size. Come on.
KAVL, this is interesting. We've traded this one before. It looks like it put in a high here of 155. Tried to take that out and was rejected. Holding here at 152. Some decent volume and up from 120. So a little extended here. We'll see if KAVL can get any more volume here today. Jan, after that debacle, pulled all the way back to 4. It looks like it's trying to bounce off 4 now. Got VWAP at about 446. See if Jan can get interesting on a VWAP cross here. And there goes YMM, man. Not my day. Not my day, folks. YMM immediately bought back after that sell-off and now higher. Again, spot here still seems to be 679.
I'm going to exit AMD everything here at 133. I'm out everything at 133. We scalped it for about 20 cents or so. Just not sure the market direction. I don't want to get caught. So if I have the gains, I'm out. And I am. Let me see what this stock is doing.
Gotta watch Russia BRB. All right, Shelly. I will tell Buddy that you love him when I see him again.
I'm going to go ahead and try some SIGA here. Got filled at $12.15. You can get it 10 cents cheaper than I did.
This is a monkeypox play, right?
Mm-hmm. Show is. My stop loss is going to be it's going to be 1168.
Man, what a nasty pull that was on YMM. Holy smokes. And I'll cuddle. But man, Buddy's got all types of fans.
Buddy got fans in the chat. As he should.
By the way, update on the birds that were living in the hole outside my office window. They have all flew the nest or flew the coop. They're all out now. So the parents are done working and the babies are out.
What it's like to raise them and watch them grow.
I didn't do anything to raise them, but yeah, these are the wild birds that live outside.
Same. I don't even have a pet, and I don't have a dog. I don't have a cat. I don't have kids, as far as I know.
Wait, I thought you had a couple of kids that come in here and look for child support money and stuff.
Yeah, we disowned them. They didn't get good grades. We have to let them go. JJ's not happy that you said flew instead of flown. Very unhappy with you.
What did I do wrong? Flown?
You said flew instead of flown, it seems. Terrible.
Sorry about that.
Terrible mistake on your part, sir. Spy, though, just right. Look at Spy off of that 410. I could say some things, but I know sometimes kids are watching. But just look at SPY. What a point there. What a point on SPY, and AMD giving you 60 cents. Of course, I got out of everything.
Webcoin, nice job off the VWAP. I caught YMM off the 5-minute VWAP on your mention. Small size, but again, thanks. Webcoin, good job. I took a small loss on that, so you're ahead of me on that. Good job playing it off the VWAP too. Doesn't look like the breaks are really holding up. Better off buying the pulls on a lot of these plays.
Well done, well done, well done. Looks like that held, so I'm gonna buy some more. Why am I getting twice the? Oh, because that's why I'm getting twice the noise. Never mind, that's a me problem. So SPY rejecting VWAP at the moment, right? If you wanted to go short, it's a decent spot to go short. Stop loss for me would be above 412 on SPY. I did go ahead and add a little bit more on SIGA. My average fill is now $12.15. AMD
getting a pop now.
Nice point
nice
there.
Spot, Zunaid.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There we go.
Here comes YMM looking like this is going to try to go as well.
And here's SIGA. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Here. My first out is going to be, where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? It's going to be 12:45. 12:45 will be my first out on SIGA. Did you tell them that we, not just Ryan, that we said hello?
No, but I didn't end up saying anything actually. So it wasn't as if I did. I just didn't open my mouth for the entirety of that meeting. So
I need you to go back on the call and tell
the
me.
I need you to go back.
The meeting is over. The meeting is over.
I need you to. Okay, here's what needs to happen. You know how we get those recap emails? You know how you get those recap emails? I need you to respond to those and say, by the way, Zunaid and Ryan said hello.
Okay. All right. That's what I'll do then.
There you
When
go.
the recap, I'll just say Zunaid and Ryan say hi.
Yeah.
All right. What did I miss? Did I miss anything or no?
I mean, yeah, you missed quite a bit of stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
guys.
missed Ryan being yelled at because he said flew instead of flown or something like that.
Okay.
I still am not sure that I was incorrect, but whatever.
Okay.
Please send all complaints.
In terms of the market here, looks like it's. I mean that double bottom has held. The low of the day is held in the in the S&P and in the Nasdaq.
We talked about that 410 level. You mentioned the double bottom, and you got a whole point and a half off of that. You had AMD at 100 that we played. I got out of it after 30 cents, but you got a whole point off of AMD as well.
Yeah.
Carmen is saying, would appreciate understanding why y'all aren't trading Mullen. Carmen, you were late.
Right.
That's the only understanding here. Yeah, you are late to the show. We had it on our pre-market list. I actually did trade it. And it's setting up again here to take out the highs. So the only thing that happened is you were late and missed it.
Damn.
Mullen is up 41% today.
You're up 41% today.
AKA 39 cents. But
it's actually trying. I mean, it really and for another move higher here, looking at the chart, really needs to kind of clear out this 1 minute formation, which goes up to 139. I know we had news on a battery here this morning, but I'm pretty sure that the insiders were selling shares. So, yeah, the CEO is selling 760,000 shares. So he obviously doesn't believe that battery
love to
news
see it. And this is a great time to plug a free tool that Benzinga has. If you go and I'll even show you how to find it. If you go to Benzinga.com, which I'm going to pull up on my screen right now.
Oh, you're doing .com. Okay.
Benzinga.com, free tool. See on the top there, it says tools in blue. You go to tools, you go to insider trades. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And then we can search by ticker. I'm going to search MULN. I'm going to click on it. Oh, man. Green is purchases or stock grants. Red is sales or options exercising. You see very few insider buys, a lot of insider sells.
That's out.
This information should not be used in a vacuum. There are many reasons why somebody would want to sell stock in their company. But generally speaking, this can be used as a proxy for how much belief there is inside the company. At the C-suite level, you can see the CEO, David Misery. Let's see, he was granted some stock back in the end of March. He was granted some stock, and he has sold some stock since then. He was granted almost 470,000 shares, and he sold all of those shares, looks like, last week. So you would hope there'd be some more insider buying in a growth stock like this that's so beaten down, but that is not the case. Doesn't
And it doesn't mean that the trade can't work out today, right? It's just, if this was really a huge thing, don't you think that the CEO would either be adding to his position or not?
Well, that's what I would assume. You would assume that, wouldn't you? Like, your stock is beaten down. It's down to below $1. Last week. You could get this thing if you really want to believe if you really believe in the company, you'd be buying more. Surprised you're not seeing that, which is not great. But anyway, what else?
Did anyone play AMD in the chat off of the $100? And did you play it better than I did? Because you are staring at almost a 2-point move in 6 cents on AMD.
Is anyone playing Outlook? OTLK.
OTLK. I'll pull it up for you.
So this
Outlook,
traded down.
Is that the email client?
No, it is not the email client.
Through Microsoft.
If it was the email client, I would imagine it would just be short volume because everyone seems to get upset with it. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. No, this is some therapeutic company, clearly coming off the bottom. It got a decent bidder here at 1. I actually just took a stab at this at 101. So looks like, Ron, you were trading this. Would love to hear how you actually traded it. I'm in here at 101. I'm going to have a really tight stop if they take out that bid beneath it. But let's see if this pushes higher here. Decent move off the bottom here. I'm a little late to it. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't necessarily chase here.
Again, just looking for pockets of strength and weakness. Really, everything is weak with the exception of energy and a lot of these travel stocks. I'm surprised to see the casinos trading up today. I'm surprised to see the airlines all bounced here and are flirting. I mean, UAL is down 1.2%, and American's down 1%. But they've all bounced. The casino stocks like Wynn are green. Las Vegas Sands is green. MGM is green. It's not green. It's DraftKings. That stock can never catch a break. DraftKings and Penn.
And a real quick, Grab got mentioned in the chat. Carmen, have you all looked at Grab? Yeah, we actually took a look at this. Grab setting up here, interestingly enough. Grab looking to, I think you might have a trade on a pop above 276, currently at 274. Really, I think it needs to get some more volume to get going here, but a decent spot there on Grab. That's GRAB.
Ron, great job on the AMD. Looks like you're still in. You traded that much better than I did. You're up about almost 2 points on that one. Surprised you haven't scaled out. Or maybe you have and you're still in some shares. I don't know. But I'm about to get stopped out on SIGA. And there's the stop out on SIGA out. Let's take a look at SIGA. You had almost profits here. My out was going to be 12.45. Unfortunately, I missed it by 6 cents. And then down it came. L on SIGA.
Ryan, your YMM is my second stock on my gainers tool today on my scanner and printing. Or now it's the number 1 stock, YMM.
Yeah, it's down from its high here, really having trouble breaking that 679, 680 area. That should be the impetus for that to move higher if we do get it.
I've got a busy day today.
Big offer now on Outlook OTLK at that 101 spot. So we still have the bid under it, but now we have a big offer here. So it'll be interesting to see if this has any more movement in it.
Bad day for growth. Is there any growthy stocklets? Any like high multiple, high PE stocklets trading up today? I don't think so. It's tough out there. Basically, any growth stock is down.
Yeah, and by the way, Outlook. So taking a look here at the news, actually, a big chunk of stock just taken there. Outlook Therapeutics provides an update on the license for one of its drugs here. So it looks like it slumps 38% as it pulls a filing for an eye disorder drug after the FDA seeks more info. So that's why it's moving down here. Obviously, we're just trying to play a bounce. I will be out of this stock without a doubt by the end of the day. Love to see it take out 101 here and continue its bounce, though.
Whoops.
All right, AMD just went red to green for a second there. God, I played that one so bad. What an idiot. That's on me.
GRTS 233 day high, 230. You might have a move here.
UPST above $50. Okay. I see it. Oh, I played that so bad. I'm still pissed. You have some flow coming into. Oh, never mind. Those are blocks. Never mind.
Oh. All right.
Ron, love that you're giving us some things to look for here. So Ron says, I took AMD at 100.3. So that's $100.30 because the implied volatility was down. RSI was starting up and the AMCD histogram. I think you meant MACD. Histogram was going up.
I've never heard of the AMCD. Let me see if that's a thing.
No, I'm pretty sure he meant MACD.
He meant MACD. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things here.
There you go. He fixed it.
Man, GameStop and AMC put up no fight off the open. No fight.
And Andy, you talked about Adobe earlier. You've got the 425 calls coming in on the ask expiring this week, approximately $130,000 worth. So that's the 425 calls expiring this week on Adobe that are coming in. Could see some upside. As it's above VWAP as well. So your stop loss would be about 417.50 break. You're risking about 350. Could be a decent one-to-one trade. Short everything. If I short everything and I'm wrong, are you gonna reimburse me?
Aaron is saying you guys should display your trades on the cam window. You know, Aaron, one of the things that we try to do with this is focus more on the process. And when you see, you know, the actual positions, that can kind of lead people to either just following or copying, and that can get people hurt. So, for example, if I put up my stream here, this is my broker. This is the live trade. Say again?
Don't copy us. Please.
Yeah, well, no, that's the whole point that I'm going at here. But anyway, Aaron, just to kind of answer your question. So here is my broker. This is what I would actually use to trade this. This is the position that I'm in, the live position that I'm actually in at 101. The fear of leaving this up all the time is we're not going to be able to see the idea generation, which is not done in the broker. That's done exclusively in Benzinga Pro, at least from my end. Zunaid obviously has his own way of doing things. But you're going to miss out on the idea generation, and this can sometimes move the focus more to the actual position itself instead of the process, which inevitably is going to make you a better trader. So we'll try to balance that as best we can. But that's the thought process there. It shouldn't necessarily be what we're trading. Rather, it should be the process of what we're trading.
I will add, you know, it would be great if all 700 people watching this right now could hit that like button. That would be great. That'd be amazing. We're only at 155 likes. We should be at like 400 likes. Easy
Yeah,
peasy.
no, we appreciate the idea, Aaron. You're good, buddy. And I used to on TradingView, I did have my just like a couple of hundred shares just so you guys can like see the positions getting in. But what I ended up having trouble with was managing that, and then my actual position in E-Trade and Thinkorswim, and then I was just trading on 3 brokers, and it just got too much. And then also now that I'm trading futures, or at least trying to, I had to move money to another account as well. Speaking of which, Spencer.
Speaking of which, what's up?
I thought you were gonna do a plug for futures trading. No.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that went over my head. But I.
Oh, good job.
So
good
over
job, Zunaid.
Zunaid, that went so over my head. How high? I can't even see it. That's how high it was. So far over my head. No, okay, great chance to plug that show. So, if you've been watching our channel for the last 3, 4, 5 months now, you have noticed that on Mondays we do a weekly show with Ninja Trader. We call it Futures Trading with Ninja Trader. I do it with Jim Cagnina, who is their head of education over there. With me leaving, I have excitedly tapped Zunaid to host that show. So Zunaid, after doing this show on Monday mornings, will leave and host Futures Trading with Ninja Trader Mondays, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here, youtube.com/Benzinga. And Zunaid, I'm excited for you to talk to Jamie and learn about futures because it's a whole other world, man.
Yeah, me too. I really am. I thought it was a perfect opportunity for me to learn about futures, learn about their platform, and just try to get the get the hang of things. And Voodoo, I checked out your tick chart stuff. I looked at the YouTube videos I found on it, and so I'm like really starting to be a degenerate at 11 o'clock at night when I trade something. So I'm excited.
Zunaid is taking over. That's what's happening.
Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm just like throwing up a stream just because I'm like, yeah, let's try to win some money on futures. You like how I said win some money, like it's a casino.
Yeah. It's this is basically just a power grab. Is what's happening here. And Ryan,
who's doing live with the AB now? You do a lot, so I'm interested to see who takes your stuff, man.
So it's going to be a rotating cast of people. Ryan, I would have asked you, but you have enough responsibility as it is. I feel like I didn't need to.
I want Ryan to do all of webinars with me, but I can't have that because he has another job. His actual job.
Man, I like helping out wherever I can. I'll do whatever I can.
All right. Well, I got one at 12:30 if you want to join.
Speaking of other shows and things, we are going to end this stream in a half hour at 11 a.m. because we are premiering a recorded show. This happened at the Cannabis Capital Conference a month or so ago. Jason Raznick got to hang out and talk to Ric Flair a little bit. And so we finally got around to cutting that up and editing it. And we're going to premiere that episode of the Raz Report coming up here in a half hour.
So you could say that the Raz Report is styling and profiling. Still
styling and profiling. Jason does not. Jason does not get that reference, I'm sure.
I
don't know. Jason's pretty sharp. I wouldn't be surprised if he got that reference.
Said it.
Not with his wrestling references, frankly. I don't know.
I will tell him that Spencer said he was bad at wrestling.
No, don't tell him that because I want to leave on a good note. Don't
because I want to leave on a good note. He needs a reference. Spencer's out here throwing daggers on the way out.
I need a reference for the job I don't have. Okay. Well, let's go back. Ooh, I'm catching up on steel here. Seagate, STX, US Steel, ticker X, not having a good day today. I mean, frankly, most of the market's not having a good day today. It is interesting that for a while there was this inverse correlation, right? It seemed like every day energy would go up and the stock market would go down, or vice versa, right? Stock market would go up, energy would go down, and that came off last week, obviously, because the market was up, and I think energy had a decent week as well. Yeah, it did, but it's back again today. So this inverse correlation where energy goes up and the rest of everything else goes down is clearly back in play. This is a good day to look around the other sectors, right? Industrials, staples, right? Utilities. Find stocks in uptrends that are trading down today, and maybe buy the dip in that. With a nice little stop loss at Friday's low or Thursday's low or whatever. But that's what I'm watching today.
What do you got going on Benzinga Live today? Because I just want to know if AB is going to give you YOLO calls or not.
Benzinga Live. We got David Green from
Nice.
11:30 to noon. I'm talking to Direction about leverage ETFs. Talking to Christian Fromhertz, who's one of my favorite traders on FinTwit. He's from Tribeca Trader Group. He's fantastic. And Bill S.
I was about to address this.
Bill S. Au contraire, my friend. I'm moving to New Jersey to be closer to my family. That's where I'm from, and I'm not from Michigan, but I've lived here for 7 years now. And I look at this as another adventure. Right. A lot of people, I think, since the pandemic have used the events of the last few years as a reason for trying something new with their life, or moving, or changing jobs, or making some big life change. And I'm doing the same. So I don't
because I believe you're planning on traveling too. So it's not like
I've got a bunch of travel planned. Yeah. I'm traveling to the UP, going to Chicago to hang out with Ryan. I'm going to Tennessee, going to Louisville, Indianapolis, I think. So I got a lot going on the next few months. I'm getting married.
Hold on.
In a few months. So taking this time to live it up before I have to return to the real world.
Why are you going to Louisville?
Well, we think we're going to do a road trip. We have to go to Tennessee to visit some family, and we want to go from Tennessee to Chicago, and Louisville is like kind of on the way a little bit, sort of.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. Anyway.
I don't think we're gonna. I always love seeing you on a show, Spencer. Hope team dynamic doesn't shift that much when you leave. Miss Whitehurst, I say the same thing. I'm I would be thinking about that too. But what I will say is that Spencer has instilled quite a bit of good habits in the people that he works with. So I would imagine that things are going to be very similar to what they were prior to him leaving.
I thank you. I really appreciate that, Ryan. And I will certainly still be actively investing and managing my ETFs. You guys know that. And always looking for new things to buy. And now I'll finally have time. I've always lamented I don't have time to do the option school or whatever with Chris Capri, because I have a job and I got stuff. But now I'll actually have time to actually learn some new things. And so it's going to be a fun summer for me of personal growth. And who knows, maybe I'll come back in a few months and I'm the best, option spread trader you've never seen.
All right, simmer down there.
I would love for you to come back and just start shit talking Dennis Dick and being like, I'm better than you now. That would be awesome. Yeah. If we had that type of segment.
Dennis does pair trading, right? That's what he does.
Yeah, Dennis trades market neutral, so he'll buy a stock or whatever, or he'll short a stock, and then he'll let's say he shorts, I don't know, GM or whatever. He'll go long the S&P, the SPY against it, just as a hedge. So he's always neutrally exposed to the market.
And he does this manually because you got to be quick to do that.
Yeah. But the idea being that if you're shorting, when I say GM in that scenario, GM would go down more than the S&P would go up. So that's the logic there. The logic is he's never he's always going to win in some way because he's always hedged, but he loses when his trades, for example, a stock moves against him more than the index moves for him, and then he'll lose. But he's always on a net basis neutrally exposed to the market. That doesn't mean he has losers every day. I think he said his winning percentage is somewhere in the 55% range. So he's just over half the time, he has a good trade. But the catch is the winners win more than the losers lose, which is how
I'm going to go a couple of things. I went ahead and went long Apple here. Got filled at 148.41. My stop loss is going to be, what is my stop loss here? God damn it. I already said it. My stop loss looks to be 147.82. Well, here's the thing. We won't change the password to the StreamYard. At least I won't.
Well, the password goes to our emails.
Right.
So
Which I assume you won't have access to.
I will not have access to that. No.
That's what I'm saying. So unless Mitch changes the password, you can just hop on anytime.
By the way, guys, while we were giving Spencer the business there, Outlook, Mullen pulling back, but we already knew that. Outlook, the ticker that we were talking about, did take out that 101. So now we're pushing towards the highs here. It is a little bit more of a grind, but this trade is working so far. And just to full circle. So here again is the trade itself. We are moving up. We will see if this continues.
Get that money. So where are you selling this?
That's a good question. We're in a gap right now,
OCO?
Zunaid. So a lot of this depends on several things. Number one, it depends on if the volume dries up. It depends on if this, if the bounce momentum, let's call it, slows down here. I don't really have any clear defined spots. I would imagine if we get above 120, I would start looking to close this, but I'm basically just going to kind of play this with the flow here. We're into the gap. Love to see it keep running. We'll see if it does that.
Heard. Apple's starting to move up. Now it's above the 148.56. Our fill was about, I bought some more here. Oh, of course I did. I hate buying some more because it moves up your average. But now my average is 148.42. Ugh, that's fine. It's okay. 107 now on Outlook. AMD, by the way, 3.5 of a move from the $100 bounce.
This is interesting here.
Hope you guys got a chance to play that because that $100 bounce was beautiful.
This is what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm in a perpetual search for stocks that are like knocking up against or are at like resistance. And like the harder the resistance, the more I'm interested, right? So it's like daily, weekly, monthly. Like if I see a stock that's up against like, a quad top somewhere, that's when I throw that stock on my watch list because I want to see it break through and then I'll buy it.
Because you want to go short, yeah.
No.
Oh, you were trying to make it to the upside.
I wait for it to break, right? I'll wait to see if it breaks, and if it does break, then I'm in, right? And then my stop is like right there at that the old resistance is new support kind of thing, right? So like right below that, but that's what I'm always looking for. So when I see a stock like Jinko Solar, for example, JKS today, I'm bringing it up on my screen right now. All right, this is a daily chart. Let's just zoom out for a little bit here, and you can see here we're at 62.88 right now. What is that high from November? 66. So it's higher than I thought. And what's that high from last July? That's 64. All right, so I don't know, that high was a little higher, but here we have how many closes here? We closed at 60, we closed at 63, we closed at 63, we closed at 63. So we have a bunch of closes in the 63 area right now on Jinko Solar. So like this thing gets to $64, I'm interested. Zunaid, there's a question from Jason for you in the chat.
Let's read it. I bought Jumia, $9 calls. I assume that's calls. Is up, but my options unaffected. How can I know what price it'll be worth something? So that's where you've got to study the Greeks. FYI, you've got to study the Greeks, and that has to do with delta. So the delta will tell you how much the option will move for every dollar the stock moves. I believe. Someone correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the way it works.
Yeah, it's the volatility of the volatility. Did I explain? No, that's not right.
It's like I know what you're getting to. It's like they're all kind of based on each other.
Right.
That might be, I don't know. But anyway, the delta, I believe, is the amount the option will move for every dollar the stock moves.
Yeah, that's correct.
I believe.
That's correct.
So that's a way for you to kind of calculate it. And there's also something called an options calculator that you can Google and get an idea, not an exact, because volatility changes and so will the price, but you can get that as well. By the way, Jay, are you the one who mentioned UPST about 30 minutes ago? Because thanks to you, I actually got a chance to scalp it off of $50 and sold it around $51.50, and now UPST is high a date, 53.50. So thank you. Put up my chart. Echo check 1 2. Still got an echo. How do I get rid of it?
Shelly,
There we go.
Shelly knew what I was referring to. I was referring to the gamma, which is the delta of the delta.
There you go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So thank you for that UPSD call out. Got a chance to scalp it. And Apple trying to go towards. I have a couple of sells on Apple since I added. Let me tell you my first sell. My first sell is 148.87, and then my second sell, I'm being a little bit of a greedy SOB, is near the 150s. To be exact, it's 149.83 is my second sell. But let's get to my first sell before we start celebrating. And AMD almost a 4-point move off of the $100 UPST high a day. And let's check on your Yum Yum. What was it? No, not Yum Yum. You're in Outlook, right?
Yeah, OTLK, and that's highs right now. So
yes, it is. Woo, what a nice 15% move there.
Yeah, that move is continuing to push here. This is exactly what we wanted to see. And the other thing that's really cool about this move in Outlook is that this is not happening at breakneck speed, right? So it's always going to be easier to actively trade positions like this when they move like this. So Outlook, this is definitely working. We're up a good amount here on Outlook, 117 high here. A couple more things I wanted to just mention while you guys were going over that lesson. Webcoin mentioned BSKY close to a breakout. This actually looks pretty good here. I'm not in this at the moment, but this actually looks pretty good here. And then there was one more really good call that I wanted to shout out real fast, but I can't find it.
It's okay. By the way, 119 on Outlook. I'm surprised you're not selling because I have no self-control when I'm up. Because you're up about what, $300?
400 now.
Yeah.
So here,
because you had 2,000 at 20 cents move.
I'm an idiot. That's why. Duh.
Yeah. Well, so Zunaid, here's the thing. You asked me earlier, where I would sell this, and I gave you, kind of an idea of what I'm looking for here, and nothing changed here, right? In fact, the buying momentum seems to have increased to the upside. The last thing I want to do is have you make me look like a liar. So when you ask me a specific question and I give you a specific answer, I'm going to try and stick to what I answered as opposed to flip-flopping.
Well,
So,
I mean,
this is a nice move here, though. We're up $420 here on this.
Incredible job by you. The reason I brought that up is simply because of the fact that, like,
ooh, see the pull now? See the pull now?
And see, that pull is where I'm like, ugh, and I'm like, oh, I should have sold. You know what I mean? Can't handle the emotions that well. So
if the momentum starts to change, that might be something to do here. We still have a pretty decent bid under here. I would say if we cross through 116 again to the downside, we'll cut this and wait for it to set up again.
I love it.
We've started to turn here a little bit, guys.
We sure have. You've seen
we've now got 3 whole sectors in the green, not just energy, but we've got discretionary and we've got communication services. So if I pull up, what the largest weightings are in
closed it, Zunaid.
Awesome.
All you had to do was mention it and it started to sell up.
Sorry.
So thanks very much for that.
That's a bummer.
Sorry.
That's all Zunaid had to do was start talking about it.
Sorry, chat. Bob, it's just, it's a 20% move, man. On a stock, not even on an option.
That was a pretty good move.
Your humble self. Look at you. Pretty good move.
So I'm looking at names like Nike right now, which are approaching a new high of day. And McDonald's, kind of the same story there. Lowe's and Home Depot just bounced. Everything kind of just bounced, right?
I don't see.
Starbucks.
BKSY, the big offer here at 281. See if they take that. Backing it off here now. Sorry, Spence. Didn't mean to interrupt.
That's all right. What else do we have? Hey, you know what? The one actually, when I said I had like no like swing longs on, the one that wasn't true because I always forget that I'm still long Activision. I'm still doing the merger arb there, where they're getting bought for like $90 or $91, and the stock is trading like $15 below that right now. So that's like the one swing long that I have on still is the ATVI.
What is your target for selling that?
Well, I don't have like a price target or a time target. It's an event target, right? It's like if the deal gets called off, then I'm screwed because this stock is going up.
Are you gonna buy puts as protection or no? So no.
My issue with that though is I'm without looking, I'm assuming they're pretty expensive, but I could be wrong. I guess we can look right now and see.
We could look right now.
And I should, but I don't. But I should know when this deal is supposed to close. Let's look it up right now. I think it's like the second half of the year. Oh no, it has until next June. Oh boy, that's a long time.
Well, okay. Do you have 100 shares? Or do you have less than 100?
I have less than 100 shares. So
I was gonna say you could write some calls.
No, I don't want to do that.
Real quick, just to answer Jessica's question, Ryan, how's Jan? I'm seeing it's up almost 90%. Jan is up 90% here. When we were trading it, it was higher, closer towards the 480 level. This is actually sunk now below VWAP. So as far as I'm concerned, really no trade here unless this starts to have expanding volume or cross through the VWAP to the upside on volume. Those would be the two things. Not in this, took a loss earlier, moving on. Good question, though.
Apple hanging around on VWAP still hasn't. It missed my sell by about 7 cents, and now it's back at VWAP, as you can see.
And by the way,
I know.
OTLK,
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry.
For what?
For bringing it up and having you sell.
Oh no! I mean it No, you know what? It's that would be saying that you made me sell it is we're just kind of goofing around here. That'd be more of a lie. Let me put up my screen here though and show you. So the thing here is that obviously this is the trade back down. It immediately got bought back up here. So this actually might continue higher here. One of the things that I'd be looking at here would be buying the next pullback.
I'm sorry. What were we? This is
OTLK. The outlook. The trade that we had earlier. So more highs, and actually, this is a decent size offer here at 124. They're taking some of it.
I know it's not really your style, Ryan, but would you use VWAP in this scenario? Because that's like. What I
I love VWAP. I think at this point this stock is too far away from the VWAP to really use. I mean, this would need a gigantic, but the VWAP that I have here is 90 cents, right? So
exactly
this would need to pull back pretty significantly.
Yeah.
To hit the VWAP. I would just wait for a pull, right? So looking at the chart here, if I zoom in, like if we were able to pull back and hold this 113, like if we pulled back and didn't really make it much beneath 114, 113, I think maybe then you could buy that pullback in the hopes that it ends up bouncing and moving back up towards the highs. Of course, there's no guarantee there, but you're just playing the odds at that point.
Somebody talk me out of taking like a flyer on Target here. Not right now, but Target at like what's the high for it? Target at like 167 or something like that. Talk me out of that. Or 168. I'm not saying we'll get there today, but if we do, or not today, but like this week,
I might just talk you out of buying Target.
I might just send an alert for myself. Like you could just set alerts. I might send an alert for if Target gets above 168.
By the way, I took more outlook here. 125 popped to 128. This I'm basically not going to let go red on me.
I'm doing
but got some more here.
I'm sending an alert for Target above 168. Because then we're right in that gap.
Yeah.
So just scalping this again. I didn't want this to go against me, so I just took some of the gains since I had a couple of cents in there, and I'm already working off a nice trade up.
Apple bouncing off of VWAP.
Let's take a look at Target. Sorry.
Yeah, I tried. You got it.
I just sent an alert to tell me when it's at 168, and then I'll Then I'll.
So 168 clears out this formation and puts you into the gap here. I like the potential trade there. I'm just not sure that it happens all that fast. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it might never happen. So that's the downside. But I don't make a habit of throwing out buy orders in the hopes that I'll get filled, like some limit order somewhere. I would much rather just set an alert higher, send an alert lower.
Oh, here's a great question. Jessica's asking, how long did it take you guys to develop your strategies? So this is an awesome question.
Ongoing is the answer.
Yeah, so this is an awesome question that I really don't think is talked about enough. I've been through many strategies, right? Because I'm self-taught and because I watched Twitter when I was a novice to this. I followed a whole bunch of stuff that I saw, Wild West trading, buying falling knives, following unusual options, buying what the people on TV talked about. I tried all of it. Basically, how long did it take for you to develop your strategy? So as I started to find out things that worked for me, I started to refine that. And that process took me, I like to say, about 2 years. Right? It took me about 2 years to be able to become profitable. And when I started, some of the best advice I got was, be very, very careful, always protect your capital. So I was doing those things from the beginning, which means that I was a little bit slower on the profit uptake. I was more focused about not losing than I was about making profit. And that actually helped me in the long term. But I would say probably about 2 years to focus on a strategy that I felt confident enough to be able to repeat on a daily basis. The reality is, though, is, as Spencer said, I'm constantly working on that. I make mistakes all the time. I traded Jan poorly today. I traded Mullen poorly. Mullen actually went higher from where I bought it at. And so I'm always kind of processing that data and then altering my strategy, trying to make better decisions. So it's an ongoing process. Definitely have to be a lifelong learner to be a successful trader.
I think that was a great answer, Ryan. I really couldn't have said it any better myself. Frankly, it's an ongoing process. It's not as if you're done one day. Oh, okay, I've got a thing, I'm done. You can't be done learning because the market's always changing. The environment's always changing. The stuff that worked 5 years ago might not work now. And if you're a one-trick pony and that trick stops working, you're screwed. So the best traders always reinvent themselves all the time. And
Jessica says, you always make me feel better. That might be the best thing that somebody tells me today. So I'm going to take that to the bank.
I said I like your shirt. I said I like your shirt. That doesn't make you feel.
Yeah, that's a distant second. I mean, Jessica telling me that I always make her feel better. That's pretty awesome. I'll take that. What I will say there, though, is that, like, there's never going to be you kind of said it earlier. There's never going to be a time when you're done. And I'm like I said, I mean, I make mistakes all the time. All the time. Try to always compare yourself to yourself as opposed to others. That was a mistake that I made early. I was constantly trying to compare myself to other people that I saw on Twitter, and that's not helpful in any capacity.
All right, guys, it is 10:58, almost 10:59 now. We got to wrap up, like, kind of now. So do we want to go around the horn and give our final thoughts on the day? And then we'll hop off here. Who wants to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Zunaid. No, I was just babbling a lot. You go.
Oh, no, I mean, there's solid insight stuff that I echo myself. But yeah, Apple's the only trade I'm pretty much in at the moment. Try to take some profits here. Went ahead and missed it by 10 cents. I'm a little annoyed. But if it breaks 148 to the downside, I will be out of this trade. But I've got some outs at around 149, and then I ran around 149.50s and then 150. So those are my three outs. Best of luck to you. And I'll be a little late to tomorrow's show because I got a gym appointment, little weigh in. But I'll be on before the market opens. So I'll look to you guys there.
All right. My final thoughts. I did not put any trades on yet, but I have added a few stocks to my watch list, set a few alerts on stocks like Jinko Solar, stocks like Target, stocks like FUV. I've got alerts set on all those things, watching to see if they can get to those areas of resistance. If they break through, I'm in. That's all I got.
My final thoughts would be I'm gonna watch the VIX. I'm gonna watch the overall market. My gut feeling here tells me that we are probably not done in terms of this overall sell-off. What I will say is that it is encouraging action today, right? We're down, we're kind of holding it, we're trying to bounce. We're not just in a flash just giving all of these gains back. So I like that. I do kind of think that we move lower, but I think we would probably need some type of event for that. So I'm going to make sure that I don't get myself trapped in a position that I can't unwind. I'm probably going to continue to day trade the setups that I think are tradable and not kind of go in too hard overnight. I think that we're still in an environment where we could be up one day and then wake up the next day and immediately gap down and give back all of those gains, and then vice versa. So awesome. I don't want to overreact too much to one single session.
All right, we got to hop. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Zunaid. Thank you to all of you guys in the chat, without whom this show would not be what it is. You guys make the show, so thank you very much for all you participating. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Drop us a like, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate that. And I'm going to send you over now to a special episode of the Raz Report with none other than Ric Flair. See you guys later. Where's our ending thing?